We are, of, as uh, as expected, back in TEW with a little bit different, a little bit of something different, and it is a deep dive. So, without further ado, let's get into the deep dive because there's no place to start. There's no place better to start than at the beginning. And the beginning, of course, is with All Japan Pro Wrestling. All Japan Pro Wrestling is led by KJ Moto. KJ Moto, aka the Great Muda, and Jinichiro Tenryu, Toshiaki Kawada, Kenzuki Sasaki, and of course Dr. Death Steve Williams. The one problem I see for AJPW is that a lot of these guys are the past. I think the youngest person in these top five in their top five is Kensuke Sasaki, who is unquestionable. I think probably in his mid 30s. All the other guys are probably in their late 30s to early 40s, and maybe Tenru being in his 50s. Even though he does command a massive amount of respect from his peers, and probably all of these men are future members of the Hall of Immortals. It doesn't shine bright, or the future may not shine bright for AJPW because the average age of the company is not super young, to be honest with you. D'Lo Brown is a gaijin and on the younger side of the roster, but he is also in the 40s on popularity. If you want to compare him to somebody like Tenru, who I was right, is in his 50s. Tenru's an 80 all over Japan. Hamada's in his 50s. They got Hiroshi Hase, somewhere in the middle. Jamal's over in Japan, which I may actually bring Jamal back home. I haven't decided yet, as everybody knows that Jamal becomes Umaga. Miyamoto, but they have youngsters putting out the moving up the card like Miyamoto, Sakuraba, and I was wrong that Kenzuki Sasaki is more at the back half of the 30 of his 40s, I mean of his 30s rather, than the other way, but so maybe he's just a smidge bit older, not earlier, older than I expected. But for those who may not remember Miyamoto, Miyamoto actually worked as Tensai's translator while during Tensai's early run back or Prince Albert's early run back. That Miyamoto was his translator while he was here. Fuchi just retired from wrestling. Then you got uh, Frontier Martial Arts, long-standing man, Mr. Gonosuke. Satoshi Kojima is one of the younger people here and actually a star. So he is right on the cusps of superstardom in All Japan Pro Wrestling. And I think one of the people that they could be building, or one of the people that they could build to or build up for, because Steve Williams is 44 years old. He's a star. I think he is on the level of Satoshi Kojima. Well, Taka Michinoku is 30 years old. Can you imagine Taka Michinoku being a top star in All Japan Pro Wrestling? But Kawada's 40, Tomoyaki Honma is another youngster that they could build the company around. I think the one thing that jumps out at me, like I said, the one thing that jumps out at me is the average age of the upper card. And the average age of the upper card is not super young. But let's just see, they haven't even let go of a lot of people. And I think, from what I remember, a lot of the guys listed on the alumni list are people that retired. Like, it's not even people that didn't return from. It's not even people that didn't return from tour. It's either people that did work for them but don't anymore, or people that retired. Did Saito work for them? No, Saito works in Pro Wrestling Zero One as an agent. Here's somebody that I know worked for them more than likely. Kabuki, because I know Kabuki retired. No, Kabuki actually has not worked anywhere. Uh, no. What this is starting to tell me is that maybe they actually haven't lost anyone, and that everybody on their roster currently is. Oh, Onita. No. That everybody on the roster currently are people that, except him, Taichi Ishikari is somebody that just walked away. But the only reason why Ishikari walked away is because he is over in the UK on excursion. And for whatever reason, in this game, I guess because of the circumstances of the excursion, you have to release the talent to let them start anew elsewhere. By the look of it, it is also that Yuki Ishikawa finished up with All Japan before the start of this database, because otherwise it would have shown a day, like a month, when he worked for them. And I think, or even at stats of like, oh, he worked here this time, like recent news headlines. So I mean, that's good that they don't have the biggest roster turnover, but at the same time, what they need to do is they need to start building for the future. They need to keep their ear to the ground and start looking to see what they can build for the future, because right now, if there's anything that Muto that the Great Muta needs to do, if there's anything that the Great Muta needs to do, is he needs to start looking to see what he can do to build up for the future, because he can't stay on top forever. And if Inoki showed anything in New Japan, it's that the longer you stay on top, the more you getting out of the way will show when you do get out of the way, because the more it will affect your company when you do. And also, Dr. Death Steve Williams is a solid choice, but also, I mean, Muto is only in his early 40s, so he's still got a lot of time in his prime. But the fact of the matter is, he can't just let the company be built around him and him alone. He needs to turn to somebody else and let them take the lead and also build for the future. So I mean, I would love to see some more younger stars taking a main event level, a main event spot, like a Sylvester Terkai even. Where's the Predator? Is he still here? No, I don't see Sylvester Terkai. So he must have just came in for oh no, there he is. Again, Sylvester Terkai is sort of on the same level as the local talent, but Sylvester has a lot to show in New Japan in All Japan because right now he only has experience in Hustle and Zero One, and they're on a lot lower scale than All Japan is. So in my opinion, I would love to see people like Sylvester Takai or D'Lo Brown coming in on tours and working for All Japan to help build up All Japan's, to help balance out All Japan's average age because right now is their average age is going one way and it's not going in the right direction. But this has been a deep dive into one of the many companies that inhibit this database. So please feel free to let me know what you think of this type of content in the comment section down below. You can also let me know that you're enjoying this content by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel because any and all interactions with these videos do help and are very much appreciated. And with that being said, do not forget to ding dong that notification bell to always know when a new video is up on the channel. And I will see you again soon.